It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, and this is a DFS first. We are in a little burg in, is this LA County, right? Or Orange? Called Diamond Bar. Super cute little town. And this lovely client's been following for years and was extremely interested in the Fullerton project that we just finished because Fullerton's very close by. And she has commissioned Hannah and Greg and I to construct one of our signature succulent tapestries in this cute little bed in the backyard against the chimney. So she had this really cool iron gate that she thought would look really neat staged against the brick, and I agreed. It's wonderful. So this is going to be here. The gardenias are very sentimental, and gosh darn it, if you can grow gardenias, Godspeed. It's one of my favorite smelling flowers, but they are a little tricky in our soils, being rather neutral, in that they're very acid loving. So it's not easy to get them to go here in SoCal. So I give her props. So we are going to be planting our tapestry amongst the gardenias. I went to Waterwise Botanicals and secured all my plants. We went to KRC, grabbed some beautiful smaller Baja Cresta boulders. We've got some rubble. We got bagged top dressing. We got the soil, the Kellogg's 3 cubic foot that we like to use in smaller installs. You'll notice that there's some brick colored lava, kind of like lava cinders in here. And you guys ask me this a lot, do I have to pull all my rock out if I'm going to do something different? And the answer is no. For the most part, I think you can just throw dirt over it, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw dirt over this. I like this. This is, really brick colored, and it goes really well with the chimney. But what we have down south is more of a red or a burgundy, and I didn't know about that against the brick. So we're going to go with a chamois beige, and then I'm going to do a black accent. So yeah, we'll cover this up. We're going to pull a few weeds. Greg is in the process of capping a lot of sprinklers in here that are unneeded. We're going to leave the irrigation alone to the gardenias. And then you can see here where he's come off of one of the risers and he's fitting it for drip. So the drip will run through the tap, and whatever was going on with the gardenias, we will continue to work with. Also, fun fact, Cindy has a very sentimental plant that she'd like me to incorporate. It's this beautiful crassula. Look at this. It's ancient. I mean, I can't even imagine how many years old this must be. Look at how petrified the wood is on this plant. So she is very afraid to cut into her plants. She just doesn't really know or hasn't had a lot of experience in how that works. So I'm going to take a piece of this, a really healthy piece of it, and work it into the installation so I can show her how easy that process is. Progress! Greg got the beautiful gate installed on the chimney. It looks spectacular. Then we brought in our soil, got that all down. We got some extra. I'm never able to completely nail the soil. I always end up with too much because we're using so much canned dirt too. But that's okay. This will get pushed into service for another day. But the bones are here. What Hannah and I did first, obviously, was work out our boulder and our soil placement on the ends.
3 big bags here.
Yeah, I did 3 big bags of soil here, and I did 2.5 in here. I wanted it to come up, then scoop down, and then scoop back up over here. A little challenging with the gardenia. We're still working it out because I don't want them to look, like pom-poms. I want to integrate them nicely in the installation. The client had this really, really cool petrified rock in the backyard that I tucked underneath this gardenia, and I'm obsessed. I love that. I think that pulls this in so beautifully. You will notice the height in the back and the low profile in the front. We have one Portulacaria Afra Minima in this installation. See how I've kind of, snaked it over the rock, and I'm teaching my client how to trim this plant like a haircut. You don't need to take this out, cut it off, and reset it. You can just trim it like you would bangs. Then this is one of the bad hair days. That is Mangave bad hair days. There's a lot of these at Waterwise Botanicals. So if you're anywhere near and you want to grab some, I encourage it. Mangave are tough, tough, tough. Another thing, just briefly, it is March right now, and we're having, some stormy, very late pre-spring, late winter weather. But this is going to get hit fairly good with sun. Sun is here now, so it's noon right now, so I'm not sure which way is it going. Is it going that way? I feel like it's going that way. So this is going to get hit with afternoon sun, but what Hannah and I have done is popped in really, really tough plants. Remember, hardy means that they are cold tolerant. Not all of these are hardy, but they're tough. Now the next step is to pull in our Tapestry, all of our little cute colorful 1 gallons, and create that third element of plant. And our pop-up Tapestry is complete. Oh my goodness, right? So precious. Just amazing what a few hours and some beautiful succulents and some rocks can do for a garden space. I'm really hoping that this inspires our client to maybe consider doing this in other areas of the yard. That would be so exciting because this is just so elevated and so beautiful. There's probably 20 different varieties of plants in this little garden. It is a microcosm of all things succulent. It shouldn't need me back here for a year and a half. Just basic deadheading is really all that's going to be needed. And those of you that follow closely know that these tapestries just knit together more and more beautifully over time. Our client's father made this beautiful gate, and we were so happy to be able to pull that into the installation, as well as her St. Christopher statue. And a very, very ancient little crassula that was her mother's, I believe. It's many, many, many years old. So Greg went through here with Netafim, subterranean drip, and with hardline and microline, got all of the little plants irrigated. So the only thing left to do now is enjoy. This has been Laura Eubanks for Greg and Hannah in Diamond Bar, California, and your grand reveal. Bye, guys.